o'clock. I will call this meeting of the Village Board of Trustees to order. Will you all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Thank you very much. So we're going to start right away with mayoral appointments, and I'm going to do this mayoral appointment myself. Whereas the village wishes to fill the vacancy in the position of captain in the Southampton Village Police Department created by the promotion of Chief Hurto, and whereas Christopher Wetter is employed by the Village of Southampton as a police lieutenant, and whereas Lieutenant Wetter is eligible for promotion to the position of police captain, now therefore be it resolved that Christopher Wetter is appointed to the position of police captain from Civil Service List 245009-210, dated May 19th, 2025, and shall be compensated at an annual salary of $197,229.43. Don't forget the 43 cents. Effective on this date, in accordance with the Southampton Village PBA contract and subject to the successful completion of a probationary period established for that position by the County of Suffolk. I will make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Congratulations. So we're going to have to get you sworn in right away, and your wife can hold the Bible if she would like. Okay, Andrew can hold the Bible. All right.
Yes, thank you.
Sorry, but you got to get up.
Oh.
You have to get up. Yeah, we'll back up a little bit here. Does Topper want to get in?
Topper's excited about this.
All right. Are we on? You guys want to get in?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Go ahead, Captain.
So,
This is a big moment.
so raise your right hand. There you go.
Okay. So I will after I say I, then you'll state your name and then you'll repeat after me. Just stand like.
Kyle definitely.
Okay. Good.
Yep.
On behalf of the state of New York, the county of Suffolk, and the village of Southampton, I
Christopher Wetter,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that you will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of captain of the Southampton Village Police Department
of captain of the Southampton Village Police Department
according to the best of my abilities.
according to the best of my abilities.
Congratulations,
Thank
Captain.
And I would like to call Chief Hurto to the podium so that she can make some remarks.
I'm going to keep this brief. I just want to thank the mayor and the village board for this promotion. And I just want to say a few words about Captain Wetter. This is not just about a title for Chris that he now holds. It's about the recognition of leadership, commitment, integrity, and the kind of quiet strength that earns the respect of his peers and the trust of a community. Chris has demonstrated all these qualities time and time again, not just when it was easy, but especially when it was hard. Chris has worn many hats during his 29 years with this department. A mentor, a problem solver, a sense of calm during stormy times. And it was during those stormy times where he probably earned his most important title, that of my work husband. So thank you, Jeannie, for lending him to me. But what stands out to me about Chris isn't just what he's done for the department, but how he's done it. Words like fairness, the courage to make tough decisions and sometimes unpopular ones, and the compassion to put people first. This promotion is well deserved, and while it comes with new responsibilities, I'm confident Chris will carry them the same way he has carried every challenge up until this point. A little grace, a little grit, and a deep sense of purpose. So I'm very proud of you, and on behalf of the department, congratulations to Captain Wetter.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
You have to make it official.
Okay, so the second mayoral appointment also involves the police department, and I will do the appointment. Whereas Sergeant Michael Sinclair has advised the village that he will be retiring and utilizing his contractual terminal leave time until the date of his retirement, and whereas the village wishes to fill the vacancy created by Sergeant Sinclair's leave pending his retirement, and whereas Officer Edward McIntyre is eligible for appointment to the position of sergeant and has been recommended for promotion by the chief of police, now therefore be it resolved that Officer McIntyre is promoted to sergeant from Civil Service Eligibles List number 23-5007-12, dated May 6, 2025, and shall be compensated at an annual salary of $164,522.38, effective June 1st, 2025, IAW Southampton Village PBA contract, and be it further resolved that the mayor and trustees thank Sergeant Sinclair for his service and wish him well in his retirement and congratulate Sergeant McIntyre on his promotion. I will make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, congratulations. Do you want to say anything?
Just thank you, Chief, thank you, Lieutenant, and thank you for everybody's just great to me, and I love working with everyone here. Yeah.
Nice.
Make work enjoyable. Thanks.
Thanks for leaving Mike, by the way.
Excellent. And so,
Mike, yeah.
because his position becomes effective June 1st, we will have a swearing-in ceremony here on June 3rd. So we expect you to come back. All right.
I will be there.
All right. All right. Thank you very much. The next appointment is a new board for the 4th of July committee. So Mayor Manger appoints and the Board of Trustees approves the following committee for the 4th of July. Mayor Manger, members, Mark Epley, former mayor, will be the chairman, Robert Gill, Susan Stenke, Thea Fry, and Sean Dennehy. So I will make the motion to appoint these members to the new 4th of July committee.
Second.
Discussion. So the veterans have decided to pass the torch on to this new committee, and so we will work with them diligently this year to get our 4th of July up to as good as it should be, and we look forward to next year when the United States will be 250 years old, and so we have a lot of preparation to do in advance of 2026. But we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Could I add a little comment?
Oh, sorry.
I just want to say, as the torch is passed from the Veterans Committee, this community owes a tremendous debt of gratitude to the veterans for having done such a fantastic job for running the parade for so many years, especially to Colonel Robert Grisnick, who is the father of the parade, really. I mean, he has just done a tremendous job of putting it together every year and making it the event that symbolizes this village that it is. So I just want to say thank you to him and all the people that worked with him on his committee and to help organize it to make the parade what it's been. And Mr. Epley, Gill, Ms. Stanke, Fry, and Mr. Dennehy have big shoes to fill, but I'm sure they can do it because they're great people as well. So thanks all.
And we thank Mark Epley for taking this on.
Yes.
So we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, excellent. Now we will go to a board presentation by the treasurer. I don't know if all the police officers want to stay for this, but you're welcome to exit at this time. And Julie Kudrup, I'm calling you up to the microphone to give us the treasurer report.
Thanks
you
for coming. Thank you
all
for
for coming
coming
tonight. Thank you, Michael. Yep. Thanks, Roy, for being here. We'll see you June 3rd.
Nothing like finances to clear the room.
We have to close those doors.
That's what a party is.
Okay. All right, so we are going to discuss the fiscal year end, May 31st, 2025, as of May 15th, 2025. So revenue, our adopted budget was $35.87 million. So far received was $38,395,835. Building permits, we had budgeted $1.65 million, and so far we collected to date $3 million. Our county public safety sales tax, we budgeted $288,000, and we collected $393,000. Cooper's Beach revenue, we budgeted $1.1 million. This includes the dailies, the rentals, and all the beach permits that the upfront collects, and we collected $1.3 million. Our state aid mortgage tax, we had budgeted $975,000, and we collected $825,000 to date. We are still waiting for our first quarter of 2025 to arrive. They've been really behind. We just received the fourth quarter of 2024 in May. So once that comes in, we'll accrue that back into this fiscal year. So in 2022, 2023, we had collected $1.9 million in mortgage tax. 2023, 2024, we collected $1.1 million. And so we're going to be right about $1.1 million, I'm projecting. I could be wrong, but it's gonna end up being.
But it's slightly more than you projected. Is that correct?
Yeah, it will be slightly more than what we had budgeted. Yeah. Interest, we had budgeted $500,000. We collected $1.2 million. So today our interest rate in New York class was 4.26%. As for expenditures, our adopted budget was $35.87 million. Expense was $33,221,418. We expensed 93% of our budget. And just some expenditure updates. We had quite amount of severance payouts this year, and that's being funded through our compensated absences. So on tonight, we have a budget amendment. So we budgeted $300,000 and ended up being more than $300,000 that we paid out in severance payouts this year. So we are moving that money over into the different lines where the severance payouts were paid from. We had higher liability insurance and retirement payments than anticipated, and we have contractual required compensation payments authorized to employees. This is vacation payouts and compensation time payouts that instead of taking it, they actually come in and they submit for payment.
And Julie, there's no way of predicting.
Yeah, no,
who will
it's
want
very
be
difficult to
cashed
predict
out.
that. Yeah, yep.
And then we're going to put some additional monies aside.
Yeah, we did. Yep.
For compensation when
Yep.
employees leave. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And then on a positive note, our health insurance was lower than budgeted. So we know when we budget for this budget, we know 7 months out of the year. The 5 months we don't know, and it ended up coming in less. So that was definitely a help. Our unaudited projection for year-end surplus is 2.1, and our mayor is planning to allocate the $2 million for this year's upcoming surplus, $1 million to capital reserve to fund 2026-2029 capital plan, $250,000 to water quality reserves for ongoing water quality projects, $100,000 to a World War I monument restoration project, and $650,000 to the employee benefit reserve. So far to date, we only have $929,000 in our employee benefit reserve, but we do anticipate a lot of payouts coming due. So this is very prudent to increase our employee benefit reserve. And then just some other items, our tax bills will be mailed out at the end of May, and year-end close and audit prep is to begin.
Thank you, Julie. Does anyone have any questions for the treasurer?
I have a comment. I think the appropriating the surplus the way we intend to tonight really takes care of some pressing village needs, infrastructure needs, which has been ongoing. $1 million to capital reserve, $250,000 to the water quality reserve, and $100,000 to the World War I memorial. Money well spent, and then putting $650 aside for the employee benefit accrued liabilities is also, I think, a measure to protect the budget, like we needed this year.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
So thank you.
Yeah, and we put in $100,000 for the World War I memorial last year,
Yep.
so this is continuing that
An additional.
this year, so that it's hopefully going to encourage others to make some donations to
Yeah.
that effort.
Yep, and then we're reapplying for that grant as well
All right, excellent.
soon, yeah.
Thank you,
Okay.
Julie. Okay, I'm going to turn over to Scott Russell now, the administrator, to do correspondence to the board.
We have correspondence from Rob Coburn, who is opposed to the proposed N Bioorganics project for Old Town Pond, and enumerates several points to substantiate his position. We have correspondence from N.V. Hallenby, who alerts us to the dangerous traffic conditions on Lee Avenue, especially between the hours of 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. And that's all I have.
Okay, thank you very much, Scott. We'll go to suggested resolutions now, and I'm going to look to my right here with Len.
Okay, so number one, resolve the claims for the warrant dated May 20th, 2025 totaling $412,397.99, warrant number A23, general. $607,992.21, warrant number H12, capital. $2,522.80, warrant number T22, CS Trust, and $28,682.81, warrant number A24, utilities, are audited and approved. I'd make the motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you.
And number two, resolve the reading of the minutes for the May 8th, 2025 Board of Trustee meeting is dispensed, accepted as filed by the village clerk, and hereby ratified and approved. I'll make the motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Whereas the Board of Trustees of the Village of Southampton is considering a local law amending Chapter 116-28, specific types of variances, by authorizing a variance with respect to sustainable building requirements and creating a green energy fee, and whereas a public hearing was held by the Village Board on May 8th, 2025, at which time all persons, either for or against said amendment, were heard, and whereas the Board of Trustees of the Village of Southampton has determined that this proposed local law is considered an unlisted action under 6 NYCRR Part 617.4, provision of the New York State Environmental Quality Review Act, SECRA, and whereas the Southampton Village Planning Director prepared a short environmental assessment form, Part 1, with the project information, prepared a short environmental assessment form, Part 2, dated April 18, 2025, which identifies no or small impact may occur, and drafted a short EAF form, Part 3, which recommends there would be no significant adverse impacts on the environment. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Village Board of Trustees hereby assumes lead agency status, as there are no other involved agencies, and issues a negative declaration pursuant to SECRA, as there are no significant negative environmental impacts anticipated by this code amendment, and be it further resolved that local law number 4 of 2025 is hereby adopted. I make a motion.
Second, and discussion. We also sent this to Suffolk County
We did.
Planning Board, and we got approval from them. Is that
The
correct?
Minnesota County Planning Commission.
Planning Commission, sorry.
Yeah, they issued a local determination letter. So
Okay, so we
we are
received
free
that.
to, yes, we did.
All right, so then we're all good to go. All right. Then all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you very much. Next, whereas the treasurer completed the year-end projections and after careful analysis has determined that the village's fiscal year 2025 budget will produce a surplus. That's a good thing. And whereas fiscal best practice recommends that a large operating surplus be used to fund reserves, and whereas the village board has recognized an impending need to increase the employee benefit reserve due to anticipated upcoming future payouts, and whereas the village board has also continued to recognize the need to restore the World War I monument, and whereas the village board wants to support the adopted 2025 to 2028 capital budget needs and water quality needs, now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Trustees directs the village treasurer to appropriate the projected operating surplus as follows. $1 million to be allocated to capital reserves to fund the 2025 through 2028 capital budget, $250,000 to be allocated to the Water Quality Reserve to fund ongoing water quality projects throughout the village, $650,000 to be allocated to the Employee Benefit Accrued Liability Reserve Fund, and $100,000 to be allocated to the World War I Restoration Project Special Reserve, and be it further resolved, this allocation is subject to permissive referendum. I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you.
5, whereas the Treasurer's Office has completed the year-end projections and after careful analysis has determined which budget lines will produce a shortfall and which budget lines will have underspending in the remaining 2025 fiscal year. And whereas due to the terminal leave and retirement payments, contractually required compensation payments authorized to employees, and departmental requests to transfer funds within their department's budget, and whereas these changes will be budget neutral, now therefore be it resolved, the Board of Trustees hereby approves the following budget modification of $862,850.50. I'll make the motion.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you.
Resolved, the Board of Trustees authorizes the village clerk to publish a request for proposal on behalf of the Superintendent of Public Works for the installation of upgrade and the underground electrical services for our Coopers Beach facilities. Do I have a motion?
I will second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.
Resolved, the Board of Trustees hereby authorizes the mayor to execute an agreement subject to approval of the village attorney retaining Matthew Weeks as the beach manager for Coopers for the 2025, 2026, and 2027 season. Do I have a motion?
Yes, and I will second and discussion. Matt Weeks has been outstanding
Yes.
as the beach manager for Coopers year after year, and he does an excellent job managing our lifeguards as well as the beach attendants and even those at the booth when people enter the Coopers Beach area. So I think this is well deserved for giving him a 3-year contract to continue that, and I'm hoping the board feels the same way because he really is outstanding. He's a teacher during the winter months, and then he's able to be free in the summer to serve the village, and he does an excellent job. So we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Any
Well,
opposed?
I must say that
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
quite thrilled because I am liaison to Coopers, and I want to thank the board and the mayor for doing this. We want to make sure that our talent is appreciated and secured, and we're so grateful to have him. He's been going many years, year by year by year, trusting us, and now we want to extend that respect to him and appreciation for this three-year contract. So, Mayor, trustees, I thank you for agreeing to this with me. Thank you so very much.
Doing the next one.
Resolved, the Board of Trustees approves the hours of operation request received from Matt Weeks, Cooper's Beach Manager, provide additional lifeguard operations on the following date, June 20th and September 6th, 7th, 13th, 14th, 2025 at 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Do I have a motion?
Yeah, I'll second. And discussion. So we have one of the school groups from the Southampton Public Schools using the beach on June 20th, and I felt it was very important that we have lifeguard coverage when we have those students using our facility there. And September dates were added because those are the first 2 weekends in September after Memorial Day.
Labor Day.
Labor Day, which is very early this year. So that's why it's the 6th, 7th, 13th, and 14th. But as you know, the stickers are still needed for those periods up until the 15th of September. And I felt that if we were going to continue to have that, the water's warm, the weather can be great, we need to have lifeguards down there. So that is why we're making this additional hours of operation for the lifeguards at Coopers Beach. So you have motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, thank you.
Resolved, the Board of Trustees approves the application for Schneps Media to host the Rosé Soirée, an event sponsored by Dan's Papers, to be held at the Southampton Arts Center on Sunday, May 25th, 2025, from 6 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. for 600 participants. So moved.
Second, discussion. Your French accent is really good, Roy.
Merci
No,
beaucoup.
they've done this before, and this is an event that a lot of people enjoy, and it's actually this weekend. So I'm glad we're able to do this tonight. We have a motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you.
Resolved, the Board of Trustees authorizes the Commission on Veterans Patriotic Events to hold a short parade in honor of Memorial Day on Monday, May 26, 2025 at 10:45 a.m. The service will immediately follow at Agawam Park at 11 a.m. So moved.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, this is a great event. All right.
Resolved, the Board of Trustees approves the Southampton Intermediate School to host an 8th grade day at Cooper's Beach on Wednesday, June 25th, 2025, at 8:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. is hereby amended as follows. Resolved, the amendment date of the event is Friday, June 20th, 2025, at 8:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. I make a motion.
Second, and discussion. This is hence why we're having lifeguards now on June 20th. So we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Finally, resolved, the Board of Trustees wishes to memorialize and honor Jaden Wilson Pepitone, our Cooper's Beach lifeguard, by purchasing a memorial plaque to be affixed to the lifeguard stand at Cooper's Beach, paid for by Trustee Special Projects. I'll make the motion.
Second.
Anyone want to say anything? I know, Ed, you mentioned him in
Yes,
your remarks.
last time.
Yeah,
Yes.
and so, anyway, he was really a beloved member of the lifeguard team, and so I think this is a nice way to honor him. We have a motion, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Now we'll go to comments from board members. This is a good short meeting tonight. We'll start with Robin Brown.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd just like to take a walk down memory lane and think about, I think the first time I officially met now our chief, at that time was lieutenant, and I was newly elected, and that was a season where there was some tension in the air, and we weren't at a level of communication as far as our officers along with the village board, and there was a save the police signs everywhere, and there were some things that I think on both ends, the police department and myself were committed to doing. And I want to just say that I'm so happy now that it's support our police. It's not save our police, it's support our police. We're so happy of the communication that we have. We're pleased that we have a chief of police. We're pleased that we have a captain. We're pleased that we had a lieutenant that has been promoted, a sergeant. We're so happy that we can say we support one another. We strive together to make our community safe. It's a different time. It's a different administration. I think it's a lot that we should all be proud of, and I want to commend everyone on that. And I'm just so very happy that this is a different season than it was before. So thank you. Thank all of our officers. Thank our team here that has had this union come together with this understanding. There's some things that we always reason together, but we reason together, and the main goal is the betterment of our village. So thank our officers, thank our trustees, and we all together serve our village. Thank you so very much. And on a lighter note, I'd like to thank the collaboration that's going to be happening very soon with Dr. Morell, our school superintendent, and the Playhouse. The Playhouse is just so interested in being part of the community, and there's been a passion of mine to have the students come together in a couple of programs, and there's one that they will be honoring, that they'll be working on, which will be a mental wellness program with the Playhouse. It's still in the works, but I want to thank, that's one of the great things about being a trustee, having these collaborations for the betterment of our community. And on that note, I wish everyone a wonderful holiday, and good night.
Thank you, Trustee Brown. We'll go to Trustee Simeoni.
Yes, I just want to say how pleased I am that Lieutenant Christopher Wetter has been promoted to captain. I've known Chris Wetter for many years. My son actually went to school with one of his sons, and he's a family man, a very good man, and a professional officer. And so, again, congratulations, and
Hear, hear.
I wish everybody a happy Memorial Day.
Thank you, Trustee Simeoni. We'll go to Trustee Stevenson.
Thank you. I was heartened to see the presence of so many of our Southampton Village police officers here earlier this evening at the ceremony celebrating Captain Wetter's promotion. There are some who have criticized recent hires in our police department. There are some who even criticized our previous chief. If I have done anything as a board member to help this board restore the esprit de corps and the morale of our police department and of our first responders, our fire department, our ambulance, our ocean rescue, I am pleased to take any small part of the credit for that, and I believe we have done a reasonable job in achieving that goal in supporting our emergency services. I will continue as a trustee to do whatever I can to support by providing the equipment and the funding those organizations need to keep our communities safe and to assist those of our community who need assistance in emergencies. On Memorial Day, on Monday, as the resolution I read a few moments ago stated, we will be having a parade and a ceremony in Agawam Park honoring those who made the ultimate sacrifice for the freedom of those who live in the United States of America. Those individuals died defending the freedom, many, many freedoms, one of which is the right to criticize the government, even if that criticism includes misleading or even clearly false statements. I thank those who have contacted me in recent days, applauding the work that this board has done, and also being grateful for taking the high road in terms of responding to the attacks and not descending to snarkiness and bitterness. I will do my best in the days to come and the months to come and the weeks ahead to continue that course of action going forward. Thank you all, and good night.
Thank you, Trustee Stevens. We'll go to Trustee Zananti.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd also like to congratulate the new 4th of July committee and also honor Colonel Grisnick and his colleagues for having done a wonderful job in the past. As Trustee Stevenson said, and he's a tough act to follow each and every board meeting, Memorial Day ceremony it's a 3-day weekend, but it's also a very touching and heartfelt gathering to memorialize those who have died for this country, and I encourage everyone who can be there to be there and participate. On a lighter note, last Saturday, the 17th, we had several examples of a very vibrant Southampton Village. We had a ribbon cutting for the new Monarch Butterfly Alley, which is unbelievably cute, and I would encourage adults and children to go and enjoy it. It's really done with very good taste. We also had the ribbon cutting for the new restaurant Namiro, which is opening, I think today or tomorrow, at the site of the old Bamboo restaurant. So more examples of vibrancy in this village, which is terrific, and the season is upon us for sure. Thank you and good night.
Thank you, Trustee Zananti. So I would like to start by saying that last weekend I went to the Gary Cooper retrospective, if you want to call it that, at the Southampton Playhouse. And on May 10th, they showed High Noon, which was outstanding. And Maria Janice Cooper, his daughter, was on hand. She was actually signing books. She was autographing books. It was mostly pictures of her and her father from over the years, and it was quite touching. And she actually brought with her Gary Cooper's Oscar that he won for his role as the marshal in High Noon. And she asked me to go up with her before the film started to help introduce the film. She did most of the talking, but she asked me to hold the Oscar for her. And I can tell you those Oscars are very heavy, but it was actually, it was a lot of fun going up with her and being with her and seeing, the admiration she has for her father. And so it was great to be there. And then on the 16th, I went to the Southampton Arts Center, where John Monsky, a village resident, is displaying his flag collection. He has an incredible flag collection, all the way from the Revolutionary War up through the moon landing, up until present day. And it's really an amazing collection. There are a lot of political flags, lots with Abraham Lincoln, things that were during the Civil War, some of the African-American flags that were for the troops that fought in the Civil War. He has an amazing collection, and we are so lucky to have him as a village resident. And last year, I asked him if he would consider sharing his collection with the village, and he agreed to put it up for this summer in time for Memorial Day at the Southampton Arts Center. And he gave me a sneak preview on the 16th. The main opening is going to be on the 24th, and tickets are available for free on the Southampton Arts Center website. But I really urge everyone to go and see. It's really the history of the United States in flags. It's really quite amazing, and I think it's great that he was able to do that. He cursed me a little bit because he said it was much more work than he realized, putting them all up on the walls at the Art Center. But it really looks fantastic, and I encourage people to go. As was said already, the opening of Monarch Alley was a lot of fun on the 17th. And then doing the ribbon cutting at Nimiro, the new Japanese restaurant that is actually owned by two of our Southampton volunteer firemen, Gary Spangler and our second assistant chief, Kenny Lockhart. And that was a fun event, and looks to be a really fantastic restaurant. They've redone the interior and even the exterior in the covered patio there, and they've done an excellent job. So I would encourage people to check that out as well. This week also, before Memorial Day, on May 22nd, we have the East End Military Service, which is done in conjunction with the Mariners Patriot Club at 10 o'clock. And if the weather holds, we will be having it in Agawam Park. And that is for graduating seniors from Southampton High School that are going to serve in the military. And it's actually quite a long list. And we have those going off to West Point, Annapolis. It really is a very impressive list of young Southampton High School students. And so, again, if people are able to get to the park, whether conditionally at 10 a.m. on the 22nd, I think you'll be very impressed with these young people. And then obviously the Memorial Day Parade. It's a small parade, but really very heartfelt. And I encourage anyone to come to Memorial Day, the day and to Lake Agawam for the ceremony at 11 o'clock. It's quite moving, and I think it's an excellent event. In other things that are coming up, we are going to work on the bioswale on Gin Lane at Lake Agawam. That has gotten overrun with knotweed, which is an invasive species and really, really bad. And so we are actually getting that taken care of by a donation to restore that area there, that wetland area. And so they're going to remove all of the knotweed, which I understand is not easy to do, but something that really should be done because knotweed is not a good thing. I did get word on the new playground that is going to be installed at Moses Park. Unfortunately, it's not going to arrive until July, but that's going to be a great addition. I know they're working very diligently on the walking trails at Moses Park, and I think children that live especially in the western section of the village will really enjoy the new playground. It's got a really great-looking jungle gym. I wish I had pictures with me, but anyway, that will be arriving in July. And then finally, we are again preparing if we need to enforce the new agreement that has been made by the homeowners and the village regarding the picnic beach. We think that we're waiting for the signatures on the agreement. We think that will be done sometime in June. But we just want to be prepared for when that agreement finally is in effect and signed by all parties, that, again, we're able to fulfill our obligation of ensuring the orderly use of the picnic beach. And with that, I think we will end this meeting of the Village Board of Trustees. Unless anyone has any other final comments, I will ask that motion to close this meeting of the Village Board of Trustees.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, excellent.